Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to talking about the loops in C++, but we are completely focused on the while loop. Loops are used in programming to repeat a specific block of code. In this lecture, you will learn to create while loop in C++. In computer programming, loops repeats a certain block of code until some end condition is met. There are three types of loops in C++ programming, which is for loop, while loop, and do while loop. Let's just talk about the while loop in C++. Let's just see how this while loop works. The while loop evaluates the test expression first, means it will evaluate the expression first, which is the test expression. If the test expression is true, code inside the body of while loop is executed. Then the test expression is evaluated again. This process goes on until the test expression is false. When the test expression is false, the while loop is terminated. Note that the important point to note when using while loop is that we need to use increment or decrement statement inside the while loop, so that the loop variable gets changed on each iteration and at some point conditions return false. This way we can end the execution of while loop, otherwise the loop would execute indefinitely. So let's just see the syntax of this while loop. So syntax is so much important of the so much simple in the while loop, which is while. You just simply write the keyword which is while, and you just write test expression right here and then the block of code. This is the simple way to to write the while loop. So I just create a new file and here I just write while loop.c++, because this is I just create a C file right here. Okay, and now just start working with while loop. Let's just see the example of this while loop. So here in this example I am just creating the number of factorial with the help of while loop. So simply write hash include and istream. So istream here is input output streaming. Then name space file right here. So name space which is std. Then I just paste the main function. So the main function here is integer number. So integer number is my first integer here. Then I just write I, which is equal to 1. This is my second integer, and at the last I just write fact for the factorial, and factorial here is 1. So I just take three variables right here, which is the number I which is equal to 1 and factorial which is equal to 1. So I just simply take factorial in the place of fact. Then I just write cout, which is here I just write enter a positive integer right here. Okay, so I just add the output statement which is enter a positive integer. So I just take the user input right here, and which is the number and which is our integer here. Now it's time to create the while loop with the help of while as a keyword. So I which is less than or equal to number. Okay, so I just open this statement and here I just write fact, and fact which is static is equal to 1. So this is the factorial formula, means fact which is equal to factorial multiplied by I. So it will simply multiply these two statements with the help of this factorial as a variable. So I plus plus or plus plus I, both are same. Now cout, which is I just write here factorial of, and then here I just write number, so factorial of this number, and which is equal to fact. Okay, so factorial of this number which is equal to this fact. Okay, means factorial of number and which is equal to this logic here, and it will return 0. So our code for this factorial program is complete here. So first of all, hash include iostream, the library or the header file, using namespace, main function, and integer number. So I just take 3 integer right here, then cout and output statement, then cin, which is number. Then I just create while loop with the help of while as a keyword, which is I is less than or equal to this number, which is our input statement. Okay, and then factorial, which is the multiplication of I. So factorial and factorial multiply I. This statement means that factorial and factorial multiply by I. And then I just use then increment operator here. Then cout factorial of this number is equal to our this factorial. Okay, and I will write that return 0. So run as a code right now, and there's an error. So error here, which is this quotation right here. Sorry, yes. And now I just run this code, and you can see here enter a positive integer, so I just write 2. So factorial of 2, which is equal to 1. So here I just write 25. So factorial of 25 is also 1 here, because this is factorial and factorial which is equal to I. So this is the simple program what I just write here with the help of factorial. Okay, so let's just see this program. The user is asked to enter the positive integer which is stored in the variable number. Let's suppose I just add here the number 2. Okay, or I just add the number 4 right here. So 4 factorial is 1. Okay, so initially I, which is equal to 1, it tests the expression I, which is less than number. Okay, so it's true and the factorial becomes 1. So variable I is up to date to 2. Test expression is true and factorial become 2 right here. Then variable I is updated to 3. Okay, and then test expression is true and factorial becomes 6. So same like this one. So if the variable is updated to 5, the test expression become false and while loop is terminated. You can see here. So this is while loop and the while loop is terminated right here. Now we just see one another program in the while loop which is so simple, and let's just start work with it. And here I just write while loop2.c++. So here I just copy this header files right here and close this file here, and here I just simply write the integer I which is equal to 1. So here I just write while. So while is a loop keyword here, and which is I is less than or equal to 6, and then cout, and the cout here is the value of the value of variable is the value of variable is, which is print I and end line, and then here I just write I++. Okay, so the loop would continue to the print the value of I until the given condition is like I is less than or equal to 6, return false. So the loop will continue to the print. Okay, otherwise it will go to the return statement which is false. And let's just see the result of this while loop, and which is, you can see here, it will execute up to 6 times, means from 1 to 6, 1 2 3 4 5 and up to 6. So it will print and 6, and after this 6 the conditions become false, so it will terminate the loop. So this is a simple example of the while loop in C++. If you find any of the problem regarding to this lecture and anywhere you not understand the logic or anything, please let me know. Thanks for watching.